Good morning, Mama T and Oliver here this morning to put on some makeup. He's over there looking at himself in the mirror. That's okay. I guess he wants to make sure he looks okay for the camera. He's wandering around back there now. Okay, so we're gonna put on some makeup. Let me move over a little bit. There we go. Okay, I've already took a shower, washed my hair, put on my skincare. There's Oliver rooting. Oh, you can't see him. And believe it or not, I know you're not going to believe this, but I got a new eyeshadow palette. I went into TJ Maxx the other day, and they had this one, and they were out of a lot of stuff, you know, because it was right after Christmas. But they had this Nicole Miller New York Rosy Nudes, and I paid $5.99. So we're going to use some of that today because I've got on purple. And there's what they look like. Let's take the plastic off. It's brand new, hadn't even opened it. Knocking stuff over while I'm at it, you know, just because. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to pause the camera and open that. Hang on a minute. Okay, yeah, that took a while, but I finally got it off. And here's what it looks like without the plastic on it. I don't know how well it'll show with my lights, but I'm gonna use these purpley colors today since I've got on this purple. Through that plastic. That plastic was hard to get off. They didn't want anybody getting into it, which is good. I'm glad. I used my Milani eyeshadow primer first. Put some of that on my eyelid. For me, it's Sunday. You probably won't see this till, well, probably Monday, Tuesday, whenever I schedule it to go up. But it's Sunday for me, getting ready to go to church. I hear my heat coming on. Still cool here. Well, I mean, it's cold right now. It's like in the 20s, but it's supposed to warm up into the 50s. Maybe a little bit closer. There. Take a sip of coffee. I don't have my lid on my coffee. That's taking a big chance. So I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and put on some face primer. I was trying to get all my primers and all that stuff together. I just have too much. I've been using that one from the Dollar Tree. Let me just use it again today. This is the Gel Grip face primer by Be Pure from Dollar Tree. Squirt some of that out. I have found if I don't go ahead and do this, I will forget. So while I'm thinking about it, and I better put some of that under eye brightener too, because I'm bad to forget that. There's that. That's like a sticky primer, but it's not too bad sticky. It's sticky enough. I'm a little hand wipe there. I'm going to use my under eye brightener so I don't forget the Catrice under eye brightener. So what it looks like, it's a pink color. I don't know. That shows up very much, but I think it makes a big difference when I remember to do it. Whoa. So I'm trying to hurry, so I'm putting a little bit much, but that's okay. On there, and it's going to stay there. I can take a brush and, well, I got my sponge here. Let me just use that. And too, it'll kind of absorb in while I'm getting ready. Okay. There, that's good enough. So I'm going to go over to that eyeshadow palette. Again, that's Nicole Miller New York Rosy Nudes, and I got it at TJ Maxx for $5.99. It's probably an older palette. It kind of reminds me of that one Ellen Tracy palette I've got. I also got an Ellen Tracy item. Oh, I should use that, but I'm not going to. I got this thing right here. It's a blended stacked compact, and it's got these different colors and your bronzer and your blush, but I don't have time for that today. I'll have to use that on a Saturday when I have more time. Okay, let's find a makeup brush, eyeshadow brush, and we will go, you know, these are more pink than they are purple, but it's okay. Let me get out my little K-Peen solid color to go up under all over my eye. Yeah, up under my eye too, if I can get it open. Oh, I painted my fingernails last night. I meant to get that out so I could tell you what color that was. Let me grab that. I'll be right back again. Okay, I'm back. And I cannot tell you what the color is because, you know, it's so small. It came in I had an OPI advent calendar. And when you look at it, it's got swirls. It looks like of green and blue and purple. But on the fingers, on the nails, it looks mostly green. I don't know. Maybe it'll show up different on camera. But it's really pretty. I don't know what the color is because you see. This is a small bottle. They were not, it's an advent calendar, so they were not full-size bottles. And I thought I had kept the little paper that showed the colors, but apparently I didn't, which, you know, was crazy of me. Okay, I'm going to start up here. This light color, go all over the eye. I don't think I've used this one. I've been using that little tan color, so it's not wanting to come out. There we go. You know, I should use some of that color corrector on my eyelids, but I have enough trouble remembering to do it under my eye. And I had plenty there. I could have. Oh, too late now. So that's the little Capine Capel Matte Dual Tone High Gloss Powder in number 01. Okay, and then we're going to jump right over to our eyeshadow palette. And it's got a couple that look kind of purplishy. This one right here, I'm going to use it first. And it's a purple color. So jab in it. This reminds me a lot of that Ellen Tracy palette I have. But you know, I saw it and I got it. It was the only one they had laying there. Because you know, with TJ Maxx, that's kind of how it is. Those type of stores, they get stuff in and they may never have it again. You know, don't show up a whole lot, does it? It's enough. Going to church today. I don't need to be all bright. I mean dark, I should say. I thought these colors were darker than they are. I'm going to go up here to this color right here. Again, you know, of course, they will not tell what the, oh, there's a little, okay, so see, they put a little thing on the back, but it still doesn't have what the colors are. It still doesn't have the names of them. So anyway, you know, why did they do that? I don't know. I guess in case you couldn't open it, you could see. But if I couldn't open it to look at it, I would not get it. I wouldn't taking that big a chance, would you? Yeah, it don't show up much at all. I don't know. I'm gonna like this palette very much. I think it would be good for the eyelid because they're all so shiny. But it doesn't seem to be very pigmented that I can see. And that looks more of a pink now that it's on my eye. But there again, it's there and it's staying. I'm not starting over. Well, I don't have time to anyway. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go back to that first one and try to put some, excuse me, right on my lid with my finger. See if it'll show up. Well, just a little bit. Not a whole lot. That's all right. It'll do for today. And then I'm going to take my Capine and go back. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that. See, I'll be chipping off my nail polish before I've even worn it today because I did it last night. We were watching a movie on TV, and that's when I usually will sit in the living room and put my fingernail polish on. There, finally. Okay. I'll go back to that first brush up under here. Over in the corner, they do that, so, you know, I'm trying to get to where I become more fancier. Yep. Okay, then we'll blend it out a little bit. Don't think it needs a lot of blending because it hardly shows up, but we'll go over it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be shiny today, but not very dark, but that's okay. It'll be all right. So there's that. I did find my Maybelline brow pencil. You know, all I had to do is open my closet where everything is and look for it. So today I'm going to use my Maybelline Express Brow. I dropped something a while ago. Oh, I know what it was. I dropped this camera right here when I was getting ready to come in here to do my video, and my grandson said, "Mama, you're getting like Papaw dropping things." I said, "You are exactly right." I don't know why it is. Like I said the other day, you know, I guess it's just your coordination. I mean, it's not like you even know you're going to drop it. It just happens. I mean, just slip out of your hand. It just does it. I mean, it's hard to explain if you've never had it happen. And I know young people don't understand it, because I wouldn't either. If I were younger, I wouldn't understand it either. You know, why do you keep dropping that stuff? Take my little brush I've got here somewhere, a little elf eyebrow brush, and brush those a little bit. Since that one doesn't have a spoolie, that's the only thing about it. It doesn't have a spoolie. And then I'm going to take the other side, which is like a foam, and it's supposed to have powder in it, so it puts more color. So I like this eyebrow pencil. Like I say, if it's in the running for my elf, but there again, it costs at least twice as much, if not 3 times. So I'll probably stick with my elf. Oh, wrong side. Nope, that was right. I'm trying to put the ends back on this in case you wonder what is this crazy woman doing now. Okay, and I'm going to stick them down with that NYX stick it stuff. And you know, I've been using that, and it was right, oh, there it is, behind my little cup. The NYX stick it to help hold those brows down while I go to church. I'll be back to work tomorrow. I've been off for a week and a half. You may hear my husband coughing. He's been fighting something for a while now. Of course, he won't go to the doctor, but yeah, oh well. There we go. Anyway, I got to go back to work tomorrow, and I've been off for a week and a half. You know, my mom passed, and all that happened during this time, so it'll be all right. Okay, so there's that. Excuse me. Now I'm going to curl my eyelashes a little bit. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that Vlogmas. I was really surprised, you know, doing a video every day for 25 days, but I did it. I could have went on, I guess, through the 31st, but I didn't. I stopped on Christmas. But I've still been making them since then. I'm going to try to do, I'll probably do 3 or 4 a week, maybe more. You never know. It just depends what I have time for. Because I do, as I've said before, I work a full-time job. I have a family, you know. And this doesn't take that long, you know, and I'm going to be putting on makeup anyway, but when you go to edit, we'll say, that takes a little while. Not that I do a lot of editing, because I just keep it real. You know, whatever happens, happens most of the time. So I'm going to use my Thrive today. I've been using the Essence, so I'm going to use the Thrive this time. So I do edit my videos a little bit in that software I told you. There I go, in that software I told you about. Because I have to make sure the sound's okay, because occasionally I'll go to watch them back and the sound will be like real slow, like that's how I'll be talking. So I have to speed that up, and how that happens I don't know, but I can fix it. Well, actually I have to go into a software called iMovie to fix that. You probably can do it in CapCut, but I don't know how. So I have to make sure that's okay. And then I have to work on the lighting, because it's, you know, it's like real light color, and I don't know, I just have to work on it. Adjust it. Yeah, that's it. And occasionally I'll cut stuff out, like if I drop my camera, which, you know, happens pretty often, especially when I go to show Oliver. It'll fall down. Yep, he's looking at me. He's like, I heard my name. I heard my name. Are you ready to rub me? No, I'm not. I'm busy. Okay, let me get a Q-tip and see if I can clean some of that up. I'm not sure. I think I was talking earlier about it being cold here. I think it's supposed to be maybe in the 50s for the high. My heat did cut off, thank goodness. I dread to see my next power bill. I got one yesterday, and it wasn't bad, but it'll probably be the next one that'll, you know, they're gonna, well, it was December, and it was Christmas, and blah, blah, blah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Here, let me clean up some of this mascara that I somehow have gotten all over. I guess where I laid that thing down. Okay, so there's that. Oh, there's a spot there I didn't even see. And you know, the bad thing is when you go to fix it, you make it worse, or I do. That's why they say to wait, but I just can't. I have to go ahead and do it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now we need some concealer. And I didn't set one out. Let's see what we got over here. Let me move that cup out of the way. We got all kinds. Which one do I want to use? Oh, why not? Let's use this Tarte Shape Tape. Why not? I'm going to use some of it. I haven't used it lately. I've been using that little sample. There I am all scrunching over again. I need to stop that. That should be. Yes, Oliver's talking. I don't know if you heard him. He goes, oh. Probably like, let me out of here. But once he's in here, he has to stay till I'm done. Take my little Angie Hot and Flashy contour. That ain't it. I thought, well, that don't look right, because it wasn't. Okay, take my Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush. I hear people talking. You may hear them. I've got the door closed, but still, you still can hear them sometimes, but that's okay. I mean, you know, this is real life. I have a family, so, you know, especially when my grandson's playing those games, which he's not now. He's in the shower getting ready for church, but you know when I make them and he's playing games, because even with him on the opposite end of the house, and I have my bedroom door closed, you still can hear it, especially the other day when his little friend was here. But that's okay. I mean, they're little boys and they're having fun. Okay, I'm gonna do this because that going over with the sponge really does help this, I have found. But it's, you know, it's a little lot, and I'm sure I use way too much, but it's okay. It'll work out. Okay, so I have laying here my L'Oreal Infallible with the red lid, 415. That's what I'm going to use for my foundation today. Put a couple squirts on there. Grab my foundation brush, BK Beauty 101. Go to town, as they say. Why do they say that? You know, a lot of these sayings that we say, at least that I say, you'll wonder where they come from. You start to do something, they say, go to town. Okay? Well, I know people used to say that quite a bit, like they would go to town to go shopping, which that don't happen much anymore now that there's malls and online shopping. People just don't go to these small towns very much at all, which is kind of sad, but you know, that's progress. That's how it goes. But why they say when you start working on something, they say go to town, I still don't know. That's what started this odd conversation, wasn't it? So there. I like this foundation. I think it works really well. It is, I would say, full coverage. Okay, there we go. Take my little sponge. Let me wipe that off the back of my hand first. Take my little sponge here. Go back over it. Pick up some of that excess. I think that does make a difference. That's something I did not used to do, but I've started. I think it helps because, you know, of course I put way too much. Of course I do. Because that's just how it is. That's just me. Looks like I got my eyeshadow down too far on this side. Let's see. Try to straighten that out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, there's that. We need some powder. Let's see, what have I got sitting out here? Oh, I grabbed my, well, I just used that the other day, but it's okay. About Face. And this is the Curtain Call is the name of it. I try to look back at my mirror to see if you can see it, because it seems like I either get stuff too close or too far away. You know, it's hard to tell which is exactly right. I dumped some of that in there. There goes Oliver again. Oh, what do you got to say for yourself, Oliver? Nothing. He'll just lay down. Okay, a little finger puff. Go under the eye. I used my brush for my powder lately. The small one I use under my eyes. And then I'm going to take my BK Beauty 102. Go all over my face. And I do like this powder. It works well. Of course, I got it on sale. I think it might have been during Prime Day on Amazon. That's when I bought this. I actually ended up accidentally getting 2 of them, and I gave one to my granddaughter. Okay, so there's that. Let's do our bottom lashes. Put that lid back on my foundation. I got stuff sitting out everywhere. Put that lid back on. Oh, wait, I didn't do I just happened to see my blush sitting here. I didn't even use it. Okay, so slow down, right? Okay, so today I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Muro Butter Bronzer. And I think this is the same thing that's in that palette I used the other day. There's what it looks like. It's really pretty, works really well. So I got plenty of bronzer, don't I? Because I got that whole palette. I've got another palette I don't think I've ever even used. Gosh, I know, I'm awful. Got that focal lower. I got all these individual ones. Yeah, we won't talk about that. No, let's just not talk about that. Okay, that's enough of that. And then I'm going to use this little, hear my husband coughing, Something Creations that I had ordered off of Ipsy Beauty Creations. My favorite matte. I don't know the color. It's really, really cute little thing I got for $2 off of Ipsy. There's what it looks like. It has a little heart in the center of it. Is that showing up? Yeah. It doesn't show. It looks a lot lighter on camera than it really is. It's a real pretty pink color. Let's see. Let me use this side. I'm just going to use some of that up above that bronzer. Yeah, that's about. If I wouldn't have saw that laying there, I would have totally not used it. Oh well, I would have had to come back later. I would have eventually noticed it. Surely I would have. There. Okay, so there's that. Now bottom lashes. We're just about done. I've stopped the camera a couple times, so I'm not sure on my time here, but it's at least 20 minutes. I know. I don't know what the time is. I don't have my watch on today, and my clock beside the bed's turned toward the bed. Can't see it. There we go. That's good enough. Let me use some setting spray. What setting spray do I want to use today? Don't need my L'Oreal. I'm saving that. Okay, I picked up this Maybelline Lasting Fix. Let's just use that. Here we go. Okay. So we'll give that a shot and see how that does. I've used it before. It worked just fine. So there's that. I'm going to go dry my hair and put on some lipstick, and I'll be back. Okay, so here's my finished look for today. I added an LA Colors Lip Duo, and the color is Vibe. So it's a purple color. Oh gosh, you know, I didn't notice. I just had a big glob right there. Pretend that wasn't there because I don't want to do this over. So that's it for today. We'll see you next time.